never slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no...
Dive bombing, not the ones getting dive bombed, and it was Ramadipa doing the biggest dive bomb of them all. But it's going to be Morelli who's at the end of free practice and qualifying. There's a lot better here today as we see Morelli now moved up into third. Almost neighbours basically, in geographical terms you can say. Goes through the front, and that is Guillaume Plonk going wide, getting all crossed up. It's Morelli.
Yeah. I mean, Morelli's a guy who you always think can win any weekend, but it's a great mix of nationalities there at the front of the field, isn't it? Kyrgyzstan
leading the way from Ramadipa in second place now. That is why then they don't want to be...
Just doesn't come together for him. Maybe this is his day.
Morelli's becoming a bit of an enigma, isn't he? On his day.
Leads
from Indonesia, Spain, Argentina, Italy. The one that's getting dive bombed into turn one. So we are seeing more silly sort of antics in the penultimate corner. He is quicker than absolutely everybody in this field by a little bit of a margin, to be honest.
Well, that's right.
Zen Mitani, the number 34, up into 9th place now as Pratama.
There's another, a thinker we haven't talked too much about. I think it's back in 11th place. It's the 54. Saw that at Aston last year.
Exactly.
But, one weekend doesn't make a championship, does it?
No. But was the one who got really pushed back in the latest big shuffle.
Yeah, and as Zen said, his real problem is Veda Pratama. And I can just imagine he is the sort of guy who's sitting there in the middle of the pack, not wanting to...
There's no doubt in his talent, but he's got to keep that consistency. Can he do it today, Mr. No Plan B?
It's qualifying. He came off the 6th row of the grid today from 16th, and he said it's just do anything too dramatic. I'm going to wait to see how things unfold.
Carlo Thompson's another one of those riders, I reckon.
Right, down the waterfall again. It is Brian Uriarte that leads. Karpushin in second base. It's very hard when you come from the back like that. But he's, he did a superb job yesterday in the...
Peter, he was in 8th crossing the line, but found himself way up front after that. Goodness me.
Marco Morelli in third. Is it Gonzalez up the inside? He has to back out of it. But Karpushin wet. He got up to 5th place. I wonder if he can do the same thing today.
Christian Daniel Jr. That was... Oh no, who was that? It wasn't Plonk going wide. It was somebody else then.
Jin takes the lead.
And you were absolutely right in terms of confidence, Peter. Ramadipa, who of course in 11th spot at the moment. Tinez just behind him in 12th. Those two biding their time a bit as we looked. Could have been Singapore actually. He's down into 7th place now. I think it was. He was got that 2nd place yesterday. Up there in the leading group in the dry today. He's carried through. He knows towards the front of the race still. Pushing the rider who's really wanted to stay out front. He's like you, unfortunately.
Right, so down the drop they go off the waterfall.
He can do it now, and off he goes. That was Dinesh there. He's with Uriarte getting to lead and do all the legwork. Morelli just behind him with Gonzalez too, and Benyat Fernandez doing the...
And it is Marco Morelli who has the slightest advantage. There is the 51 of...
bullied about at the moment. That is certainly helping things in his favour. He's back in the live cup standings in the lead, breaking in towards turn one as well.
And as we've said so many times, the guys don't have to... he can sometimes a points leader, depending on where he is.
Exactly, but he's not at the moment.
Right, okay, so Karpushin now has a bit of a break. He is ahead of them to muck each other up. Now, this is a place where you don't need the slipstream like you did at...
But he'll be firmly in 2nd place, finishing in a position like that. There's Pugliese then, the 31, has not...
32 of Kiana Ramadipa. Yesterday's winner, Mugello, and you can get away. At the moment there's no real sign of it. It's a huge group. We're all the way.
Had a great weekend of it so far. Had a very nonplussed expression about him all.
Then it is the 11 with the yellow helmet of Gonzalez in 3rd place. Top 15 down to Ewan Van Cruden are in the battle for the lead, but it
weekend long so far, but he might well be feeling a bit happier after this. Morelli still leads down and towards turn.
Uriarte pushed back to 4th with the orange helmet.
Got a look at that then, Ramadipa.
It is possible to break the advantage here and get clear. Let's see whether Karpushin can do it.
One, but goodness me, how many riders abreast do you want to beat? Ramadipa goes in 2nd place where he finished yesterday. He's got Karpushin ahead of him. This is a cracking race.
It's Morelli in second place again. He's got Gonzalez, Uriarte, Fernandez and Ramadipa right on his tail.
Good place then.
And Brian Uriarte came up the inside from about 10th place to 5th place.
From pole, really showing us what he can do here in the dry today.
Absolutely superb stuff, isn't it?
And Uriarte's got to be careful because he's got a track limits warning. One more infraction, he'll have to go through the long lap penalty lap.
He's on the brakes there into the first right-hander.
But it's Morelli, look, you've got to be careful, guys. You can't let him get away.
And Marco has gone back to 7th place. Bennett Fernandez was up.
Same goes for Lucas Brown, 29 in 17th place at the moment.
Yeah, and I saw
this is getting a bit. Big move there for 3rd place. Bennett Fernandez up
to 5th. But look at that, 3 abreast and up the inside. Just talking about it was Bennett Fernandez. Karpushin get precious close to the green at the bottom of the track on that lap. He nailed
the inside of Pugliese there, moves him wide. But as I was saying, you know,
but of course, it really isn't an overtaking opportunity into the left-hander. Climbing the hill may not have touched it. Marco Morelli in 2nd place leads the pack back in.
He's not right. You want to let get away?
No, he isn't. I think Brian Uriarte has seen that turn. He knows how. Go across the top, sweeping through there all the way in 4th gear. They flick contact with Karpushin. They go down the hill. They've overtaken him. Come out of the slipstream. There's his lead. Got it. Front of it. He was around to watch Marco Morelli be so superb. Get into 5th as they go downhill, and the 32 takes the lead.
Takes the lead at the wall.
Uriarte, who takes the lead again. David Gonzalez in 2nd place. You're looking back from Berdaya, and that's why I think he moved up into 5th place and is now up into 4th place. He doesn't want to see Marco Morelli.
Beautiful. That is extremely impressive. Not many people can say that in their careers.
No, Uriarte at the number 11 of Gonzalez. Then the 90 disappeared, just as you said, Matt.
Well then, up the hill we go.
Superb stuff. He looked absolutely super confident doing it, didn't he? So it is Ramadipa 5 and Marco Morelli.
Come once again, then it's going to be left and flick it right down the waterfall. How fast can you go?
Yes, it's 2nd place man in now in the lead.
The climb they come across the start finish line again. 9 laps to go this time around. Pratama through here. Well, look at that. Look at the gap forming. I mean, Morelli's not hanging around. I'll be very interested to see the lap times this time. Look at the size of this group then, Peter, then. As they cross the line, how many will we have in this leading group? Getting bullied all over the place, Peter. He was 13th crossing the line that time around, but just jumped up, come around.
Now let's see, Uriarte will be late on the brakes here, close up on that.
Now, it will be 14 riders basically in this lead group now, into 11th place as we look in towards turn 1 again. Goodness me, a lot of riders got close.
Leading trio, so he comes out of the corner. The leading trio still have the advantage. Marco Morelli over
14. So everybody would just about get a point. Ramersdorfer